Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing a review of a horror film from the USA, English language, released in the year 2014, directed by John Watts, and this film is called Clown. So the story of Clown, you've got a young son who is having a birthday party and he's eagerly anticipating the arrival of a clown. Unfortunately, the clown rings up the mother and says that they're double booked and he won't be able to make it, so the mother is very disappointed and doesn't know how to break it to her son and her son's friends. So with the possibility of the party being ruined, she calls her husband, who works in real estate, and tells him about the problem, but the husband has a solution. Now, in one of the houses that the husband is going through, he finds a chest in the basement. Now, this chest contains an ancient, well, a very mysterious ancient sort of clown suit. So he puts on the clown suit and he goes back home, he performs for his son and his friends, and it's a hit. And so everything is alright. Well, at least he thinks it's alright, because the next day he finds that the clown suit won't come off. He's pulling at the nose, pulling at the hair, pulling at the clothes, but nothing will budge. So he's becoming increasingly concerned by this because he's starting to feel a little bit strange. So he tracks down the owner of this clown costume, and it actually turns out that this father should never have put this costume on because it is possessed by an ancient demon that is going to put a lot of people in danger, especially the children. So what happens at that point on, what the danger is, something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now, my thoughts on Clown. This is a very nasty film, and I actually thought it broke a lot of taboos as far as American horror is concerned. So for that, I really enjoyed it. I actually felt that this had a European feel to it, as in, I always make the comparison with foreign horror and American horror, is that foreign horror always seemed to break the boundaries, always seemed to have a little bit more balls than American horror. But this movie showed balls. It showed that it wasn't going to be confined to the limits of the boundaries, and it was going to break free. It does take taboo subjects and throw them out the window, and for that I think it's going to really please the hardened horror fan. Now, although it is very nasty, I thought it had a very strong level of humour to it, which is something that shocked me because I was just expecting a straightforward horror movie. But I thought the humour to the film was essential to it, because although it's taking very disturbing imagery that you can actually see, it's never disturbing you to the point of being shocked and being absolutely shattered. It has that element of humour to it that kind of raises it, so you're not taking it as seriously as you would if it didn't have any humour. So I actually felt that it does lessen the impact a little bit, therefore it allows you to enjoy the film as much as you do. So I enjoyed this immensely, and when the shocking things happen, yes, it does shock you, and it is going to disturb you, but it never really makes you feel depressed. It never really has a lasting impression because of that light-hearted nature to it. So I really like the way that this film was made. It was a very good-looking film, and the humour and the dialogue was very, very well done. So I didn't know what to expect with this one. It'd been out for a long time in Australia on DVD, but it wasn't until this week in Argentina that was released in cinemas. So number one, it is a clown film, and I love the fact that the clown has been taken from an innocent sort of entertainer for children to something much more nasty ever since the Stephen King's It. I think a lot of people are scared of clowns, and for that reason I really like the clown as a monster in horror films. And then you've got Eli Roth, who was connected with it. Now, I'm not necessarily a massive fan of Eli Roth, but I like the fact that he is willing to go that extra step, the gore and everything. You know that if he's connected to a film, it is going to be a little bit nastier than the normal fare. And then after seeing the trailer, I thought, yeah, definitely want to go and see this film. And I thought it was worth the wait. I just thought the acting was good. Peter Stormare especially, the guy who knows the origins behind this clown suit, he was really fun to watch. Some of the stuff he says was just really outlandish. And he really was the comedy aspect of the film. And the way that this father dealt with the clown costume not coming off, I thought that was funny as well. I really liked the origin behind this clown suit. I thought it was very interesting. It was a little bit different, and it does give a different aspect to the whole, the clown, the nasty clown killer sort of monster aspect. So there is a lot to like about this film. It is very well shot. The violence is very hard hitting. It's not overly done. It's not so much a graphic film, but it is very gory in its aftermath. But it's the taboo subject that it tackles, and I thought it tackled it very, very well. And as I said, it's not going to anger a lot of people because it's done in a very light-hearted sort of way, and it allows you to enjoy yourself. The director is not, as I said, trying to do a Gaspar Noé, where you're going to be absolutely shattered for a week and not being able to get out of bed for a week is going to depress you. No, this movie will not depress you. It will hit you with some really shocking stuff, but it just elevates it, and it allows you the time to be entertained. It allows you to enjoy it, and you can enjoy it without feeling guilty. So I really like Clown. Thought the way it ended was pretty cool as well. I thought it was going to go down one path, but it does go down another, which is something I really liked. And all in all, it's not a movie that's going to win awards, but it is definitely a movie that I would highly recommend if you're with a group of your friends, because it will entertain you and it will hit you with a few surprising elements as well. So overall for Clown, highly recommended, 3.5 stars. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching movies, and I'll see you later.